Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We've got your butter on top, Mandalorian and Grogu, and of course, your drunk classic, A Bronx Tale. That's hard to say. Let's go! Welcome in to your aunties, uncles, sisters, brothers' favorite ex-boyfriends movie podcast. That's right. This is Popcorn and Beers, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs. We use the stuff that gets you drunk. Oh, I hate this one. I forgot this one does that thing. Every single time. You
Gets a
try to
little
be
excited.
flashy.
Gets a
Yeah,
little
it does. It
excited.
gets a little excited. Prematurely excited. It's you try to get flashy here. We try to give them the big show, and it ends up ending early, like your first date. You know. Anyway, we had a tentpole release so large that they really didn't want to put anything out against it for 2 weeks in Mandalorian and Grogu. So I got to see, actually, I watched both of our main titles, our Drunk Classic and our Butter on Top today, actually. Well, one was yesterday night at the airport. I had a little bit of a wait for my flight, so I turned on A Bronx Tale, and I was trying to rush through it so I didn't get stuck and not get to go on my jog today. But then first thing right after the run, go see Mandalorian Grogu. And you know what? I hate when people start reviewing stuff before I can get to it. I really do. But I also love it when they give a movie that's pretty decent such bad reviews. Because this is not getting great reviews from critics. Okay. I haven't seen the audience scores yet, but I was like, dang, that really sucks. Like that nobody's really enjoying it. And I was like, oh, bad CGI. That sucks. Like that's we'll see. I got into it, Jordan, and I was like, okay, I like Road to the Hut. I think Road to the Hut looks great. I thought the CGI on him was good. I kind of like a ripped hut. Like it's kind of a new take on it. Why do they all have to be exactly the same? Like humans aren't exactly the same. Just if you're wondering, we all have different features. We look different. Some of us are fat. Some of us are strong. Some of us are skinny. Some of us can grow a beard. Like I don't like stop crashing out because the Hut is buff. Like that was pretty cool. And he's a cage fighter. Like you just want him to be a big fat slob as a cage fighter.
Yeah, or gross. And they just like cuddle with each other, all fat and disgusting.
Yeah. What were you expecting? I love that aesthetic as far as introducing a new character to this series. I did not think it was overloaded with CGI. I thought there was a lot of practical effects and animatronics involved in this. I didn't think it was overloaded. I thought that the villains were a bit underwhelming, if I have a criticism. I did think that. What are your initial thoughts before we get into rating this?
I expected a bit of cheese here. I didn't expect like some very deep plot, but it did seem formulaic. Honestly, I didn't have very high expectations, and I wasn't disappointed or like, oh, I wasn't thoroughly entertained. I'll say that. I was a bit bored on parts of it.
It has a trail off moment. It does. It is
Yeah.
that they could have had more fun with, and you
Yeah.
start to wonder, was it the budget? Because there is a trail off where they do a little bit of lore around the Hut planet instead of taking advantage of one of many people's favorite characters and having him go a little bit more like independent.
Yeah, right? Like, where I know he ages very slowly or whatever, but, like, there
Yeah,
has to be some form of development in him. Like, I guess he has developed his force powers and all of that a bit. We're talking about
yeah,
Grogu here, right?
yeah. Well, I didn't want to give it away, but yeah,
I mean, his powers have developed a little bit, but, like, he's gotta develop some form of autonomy or personality more or something, like, I don't know. He's still just like a
yeah.
baby, like, "Don't touch those buttons," you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And well, in eating all the time, I think that's funny. Like
yeah.
he made me laugh a lot. Like there's a scene in a tunnel where he just like reacts, and that was pretty funny. Like I actually laughed out loud in the little tunnels. And we got some Ewok characters too. They're not Ewoks. They're like a new type of Ewok. If you've ever seen, it's not an Ewok. Let me be very clear. I'm just saying the character type reminds us of when they introduced the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Are you talking about the little guys?
Yes. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to give anything away, but
Okay. They
but
were
yeah,
they were
yeah.
in the show. They were in the show.
Yeah.
for a
Oh,
little
were they?
bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, good, good. Well,
yeah,
they're back.
yeah. I like them too. They're funny, but like,
Yeah.
okay, so that was the thing is that this cast, these characters that they've created don't talk much. You know, the Mandalorian
Mhm.
is kind of stoic and he doesn't say very much, and
Yeah.
Grogu doesn't talk, and there's not a huge supporting cast, so they rely heavily on these ancillary characters to give you a lot of exposition, right? They
Mhm.
rely on these little guys to like in their funny little voices that know like they can like spout out one clear word that you understand every few words that they say to
Yeah.
try to give you like he got kidnapped, he you know, whatever,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
tell you
yeah.
what's going on. And
Come
then
on, big guy. First
yeah,
round's on us.
yeah, exactly. And Rada the Hutt, voiced by Jeremy Allen White, by the way.
Yeah.
Not it's a little hard to hear it sometimes, but then other times you're like, "Oh, yeah, that's totally his, like, pace of talking
His
because he
speech
kinda has
pattern,
that."
yeah.
Yeah, his speech pattern. Um, but they God, he talks too much, I feel like. I feel like they
Really?
make him talk a bit too much. He
Huh.
needed a little more, presence, which
Stoicism?
just presence, like, I don't know, yeah, I don't know. But you do get Martin Scorsese, who
Mhm.
is the voice of the cook guy, and he was
Yeah.
great. That voice acting was
Yeah.
fantastic. I love that. It was one
Yeah.
of my favorite parts of the movie.
CGI was good there too.
Yeah, yeah. The action was cool. I thought the action was great, you know, the fighting, all that. Sometimes it got a little bit, shaky, like, just hard to follow some things
Mhm.
that exactly what's going on in certain moments, but, I
Well, did you
mean
catch they ripped off Kung Lao's fight style as well? Like, with one of the
oh,
bounty hunters?
yeah, the
I was
hunter
like,
guy.
"Oh, that's almost like a direct rip off of his exact fighting style from Mortal Kombat."
Yeah, he's from, like, the Clone Wars show or something, isn't he? Like, he's a
Mhm.
character that's, like, in the lore or something.
Yeah, and I think he's also in Bad Batch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was in one of the live action shows briefly, and I thought they, like, killed him or something, but I don't know because I remember I don't
Boba
know.
Fett, right?
Wasn't he? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think it was a different one, though.
A
I think
different
it was
one.
a different
Okay.
one. Yeah, I think it was the blue cowboy guy.
Yeah. So there's multiple of them then.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
they're a whole species. Like,
Right.
Mando, like, talks about he goes, "I guess being a blah, 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 you probably got your money up front."
Okay. Yeah, it was cool though, the snake and all that, but yeah, it just dragged and I found myself a little, like, it's just like, oh, it followed a formula, like a pattern, and it repeated it 3 times. Like, "Oh, we have a bad
Mhm.
guy, and then somebody gets caught, and then we gotta rescue them, and then we gotta get away, and then we got a bad guy, and then somebody gets caught, and then we gotta rescue them, we gotta get away." It did that, like, 3 times in
Yeah.
one 2-hour movie, and it was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
know where this is going." So Mandalorian and Grogu, you know, Disney's gotta keep pumping out that IP and whatever, it's gonna get a popcorn one for me.
So the water dragon was cool. I
Yeah.
really had very few issues with the CGI in this. I did
Yeah.
not see what a lot of people were complaining about. I thought it was great. I thought it was really good, to be fair.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good CGI. Not even one time was like, "Oh, that's pretty awful." Even
Well,
in the pit fights, I thought that was pretty cool. Go ahead.
the way that Grogu, when he does, like, jump up in the air and stuff like that, it just you could just
Yeah.
tell he's, like, on strings or something, like he's being
But that's
puppeted.
practical effects. That's not
Yeah.
CGI. They're
Yeah.
using a robot to do practical effects, which I like. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, it's like a puppet, you know?
Mhm.
It's an animatronic thing. It's not
Yeah.
Grogu's aren't real. So they can't find a Grogu to do these things. Like, but with that, yeah, like, I like the practical effects because it adds a little realism to it.
I
Like,
mean,
I
what are
kind of
those
like the original Ninja Turtles more than the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles.
what are the Gremlins doing these days? You coulda hired one of them Gremlins to play Grogu.
Yeah. You just can't feed them, give them water after midnight, right? Like,
Yeah.
otherwise that's chaos on the set. One
It's in
bad
their
seed spoils the whole bunch.
it's in their contract.
Yeah, but,
Mhm.
overall, I would say, like, it was cute. Does it drag a little bit? Yeah, they coulda cut probably 10, 15 minutes out, made it just exactly 2 hours, I think. The
Yeah.
dog fight is really good. Probably not long enough. Probably a budget thing, as far as that was I just Popcorn and One is a good score. they're building lore. This is world building again. Okay, so they're introducing new characters. They're building around some of these new characters. It may be a setup film. Remember that the Star Wars universe just got a new creative director. So who knows where this new creative director wants to take things? Fair Favreau has his ship sailed. I don't know. I don't know. Right? Like people stopped liking the Iron Mans after a while. Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, Mando might fall in that path. Who knows? Maybe he's been at the helm too long. It's kind of like maybe we have a stale head coach. Maybe we need a fresh vision.
Mm.
But I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was bad. I'm gonna give it a popcorn one as well. And let's
Oh,
move on. Go ahead.
oh, sorry. They're riding hard on the, they're still trying to chase the dragon on that, Darth Vader scene where he
Oh,
goes into that thing and just wrecks everybody. Like, they did that
yes.
exact scene kind of with the Mandalorian to start the movie.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about Rogue One.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it wasn't bad. Like, it was, they
No, it
introduced
was
a little bit of
cool, but
humor.
yeah.
The the flamethrower bit is kind of cool, where he bounces the flamethrower off the ground and burns the stormtroopers on either side.
Mhm.
I thought there's just not enough in certain areas. Like the mansion could have been a lot cooler. I thought that the fighter pit was a cool scene. I didn't think it was too
Yeah.
CGI'd out. I really
Nah,
didn't. The
it was
with
cool.
the street racers at the end when they bust out into the main streets and all that stuff. Like, no, I did not feel like it was too CGI'd. But we got to talk about a movie that has absolutely zero CGI because it came out before CGI existed. Jordan, you recommended A Bronx Tale for this week's Drunk Classic. So talk to us about why. You said it was great and we were going to love it.
Yeah, this is, it's a father figure type movie. It's a movie where it's like you feel like you are being mentored by these 2 guys yourself as you're watching this, pick up
Yeah.
some life lessons and whatnot. If I'm I hope I'm not incorrect, but I'm pretty sure that this is loosely based on Robert De Niro's life. I think he wrote
Really?
a
I
lot of
thought it
this. I'm
was
pr
Chaz Palmetti, like the guy that actually plays when he gets shot in the head at the end.
Sonny?
Sonny, yeah, Sonny. I thought
No,
it was his thing.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Um Right, the working man's a sucker, right? You got the working man's a sucker, and you've got, yeah, it's the battle of 2 mentors, right? Trying to win
Yeah.
the heart and mind of their son or protege, the gangster and the hardworking bus driving dad.
And the high school student.
Yeah, it's full of just these kind of pivotal moments and memorable moments and funny lines. It's funny, it's heartfelt, it's got action, drama. It's got so many different elements, this movie.
A race war. It
Yeah,
just gets established out of nowhere. Like we have
yeah,
this whole story going on is like, but we're also going to have a little bit of a race war. Like we're
yeah,
going to throw some race into this.
yeah. The the gambling scene, right? This is the scene that
Yeah.
everybody always knows, it's like, he's a jinx, put him in the bathroom, and then he ends up
Uh,
putting all these I don't want that ugly face looking at my money. Put him in the
Coffee
bathroom
cake.
too. Yeah, yeah, the kid, yeah, so they keep putting guys in the bathroom because 'cause they're bad
Yeah.
luck when they're playing craps. And this is a line, something else, a line that I use, something that I still live by, like, to this day. I use this line, I tell this line to people a lot, to my students, whatever, right? "You got him out of your life cheap," right? He's mad at the guy for owing him 20 bucks, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
$5, I thought. I thought it was like $5.
I don't
Was
know.
it $20?
I think it's
I
20
thought it was
bucks.
even cheaper. I
That's a
thought it
lot of money
reminded
back
me
then."
of last Sunday, I think, with Anthony Anderson, where he's like, he owes
Yeah.
me $5. And he's like, we got an ATM filled with hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So, yeah, he's like, if somebody, he owes him 20 bucks, he's like, "So what?" He's like, "Now that guy's never gonna ask you for money, and now
Yeah.
you don't gotta buy. If you don't even like him, then even better. You don't even care
Yeah.
for the guy, so he's out of your
He's
life cheap. He coulda got you for a whole lot more." So, yeah, that's a good one right there. The door test. right? Sonny's door test as opposed to his friend's door test, which is or something,
Yeah.
crazy. But if the girl does not right, the door test is if you are taking a girl on a date, right, you make sure you lock the doors. This was back before they had beeper clicks. This is all
Yeah.
irrelevant now. It's like a dead,
Yeah.
test. But you lock the doors and then you unlock her door by hand, right? Back in
Yeah.
those days, unlock it by hand. She gets inside, you go around the back, you look in the window, and if she doesn't reach over and unlock the driver's side door for you, then dump her.
She's selfish.
Yeah,
She's
she's selfish.
selfish.
Dump her.
You're gonna
Yeah.
learn. You're gonna learn down the road. Might as well get rid of her now.
Yep. Yep, that's just
So,
the
so
tip
you're
of the
talking about you,
iceberg.
you didn't think the line, if you looked at him long enough, you would see him get fatter by the hour. That didn't speak to you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's funny. It's just full of lines, and just, like, every time I feel like every time I watch this, I there's another part that I, like, kinda fall in love with, you know what I mean? Like, a new one, like, "Oh, man, that's such a great part of this movie." It makes me
Hmm.
nostalgic, it makes me feel like you're watching, like, a father figure in movie form.
Hmm.
Like, it
Yeah.
just is that kind of influence in your life,
I mean, the acting is a little rough. I will say that. Like in a lot of places, I was like, oh, the acting is it's so starched, it's so plastic. It was a little rough in certain areas. The story, I'm not taking away from the story. I'm just saying some of the acting, a little bit of the dialogue.
you
I
mean
mean,
particular Collageno and the girl?
yeah, that's a little starch, rough,
Yeah.
and then him in general, both as a kid and as an adult. So you start to wonder about the direction there, like what was his direction? Because it's bad as a new actor and the kid as an actor. What happened to the mom? That's kind of a plot hole. It doesn't talk about we lost your mom. I think the mom left the dad. That's what I think happened. It looked like she was looking for greener pastures. What do you think?
Does she leaves him?
I don't know. It never says. It's just we fast forward to the future. Mom's not in the picture. It's just dad and son. And I don't think she died.
Hmm, interesting. I don't even know. Yeah, I just
Yeah. I just felt like I think she left him. That's what I thought. I was like, because she hints at it a lot, like
yeah.
about like how he could make money. Why is he leaving money on the table? Why is he got to be like that? Why you always got to react like this? All of that
Mhm.
stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if she left him for like what she perceived as greener pastures.
Yeah, maybe. That's interesting, and that is interesting that they wouldn't, like, show that, make that a little more clear, I guess, because that does really add a
Yeah.
lot to the whole thing. The fire scene, the dramatic conclusion, right, in the car and the bombs and
The
Molotov
dramatic
cocktails and all that.
conclusion of a 30-minute storyline
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
movie.
It's clearly, like, fire suit guys in there,
Yeah,
you could tell, you can, like, see them, it's super obvious what they're
yeah,
wearing. And then out of nowhere, you get Joe Pesci.
yeah,
Like, a long time ago, Joe Pesci somehow looking, like, really old. Like, they
yeah.
make he looks really, really old, but this is still, like,
That's the secret to
pretty
looking good
prime Joe
forever,
Pesci.
man. You look old
Yeah,
young.
that I guess, yeah. I love this movie. I got a lot of positive feedback on the socials and all that, like, "Oh, man, this is a good one. Glad you picked it," type of thing.
Mhm.
Bronx Tale, I mean, honestly, I give it a popcorn in 3. I think it's it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad movie at all. I give it a popcorn in 2. Set design, hair and makeup, wardrobe, all really good. Soundtrack, pretty decent as well. Mando, shout out to the soundtrack. That was actually pretty good as well. But the soundtrack was good. The doo-wop to start the movie, the curse guy at the racehorse. Boom, we're in a race film out of nowhere. We've got to
Yeah.
talk about that. Like it can't be just a story. We have to have an ancillary story that shows how important each character is to one another, right? I um I had seen bits and pieces of this, by the way. So not the whole movie. So this is the first time
Mm.
watching the whole movie all the way through, but I have seen bits and pieces of this movie. Probably caught it, on cable television or something. Kids, cable television is what we had before streaming. and sometimes you'd just be flicking through the channels and you'd see something, you'd stop on it. There's a lot of this movie's been used as fodder for a lot of other movies. Like we actually have Deuces Wild. That's a movie that came out years and years later, like in the year 2000, starring Frankie Muniz, about an Italian like street gang. So I don't know if you have you ever heard of that movie, Deuces Wild?
I don't
So
think
I
so.
think what is it? The gang is Deuces Wild, or the bar is Deuces Wild? What was it? Like,
I don't
is the
know.
bar Deuces Wild in this movie in A Bronx Tale?
Is it? I don't know.
I think the bar might be called the Deuces Wild. This is one of your favorite movies, damn it!
I know, but
In A Bronx Tale is the name of the bar, Deuces Wild. But with that being said, is it's actually named Ches Bippy. Deuces Wild is instead
Chad
the name
Bippy.
of the hangout spot in the show.
Oh,
So I
that's
was
the
right.
hang fire.
I was right. Shut up. Anyway, it
Mhm.
may not be the bar, but yeah, so it's where they all hang out.
Yeah.
It's called Deuces Wild, and there's a movie called Deuces Wild. I don't think it has any relation. Would you rather be loved or feared? That's a line that's been used so frequently, and I started to wonder. I was like, did it originate here? Like, is this the origination of that line?
Mm.
So, so it was interesting. It was a fine movie. I had some issues with dialogue. I had some issues with direction, but outside of that, the story is good. De Niro is good. I don't like the explanation for the Yankees fandom going away. I kind of was like, I don't know. Like, I know these people don't care about me. That's not why I do it. I don't do it because I love them. You know, that is a little kid sentiment or a little kid's reason. Like, you might love the players. Like, you probably loved Jeff Garcia, but
Ah, yeah.
but outside of that, I wasn't a fan of that. It's a popcorn and two for me because it scratches a lot of itches, but it leaves you itchy in a lot of other. Oh, that wasn't a good.
Might wanna get that looked at.
Yeah, right. But it it was well acted by how do you say his name? Chaz Palantino,
Palmetto? Palmetto?
Palmetti.
I don't know.
It was well acted by him. It was well acted by all the adults in the film, is what I'll say. I really dug the mother's character, as we talked about her a little bit earlier in our review, but she disappears for the adult life, and you kind of are left to wonder, like, what happened with that. So it's a plot hole. The girl he falls for, she's been riding his father's bus this whole time, and he just noticed her for the first time. So that storyline pops up out of nowhere. She's lived on that side of town the whole time that these little kids were being racist. And he's just noticed this girl that he's gonna fall in love with. Wait, they've gone to the same high school this entire time, and he just
Yeah.
noticed her. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. I'm like, okay, like I get it. You got to move the story along, but let's give it a little backing of he's liked her for a long time, and this was his first opportunity to talk to her. Not he just saw this girl that he's apparently gone through many school years with,
No, 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 he
and
said she says she just moved there
oh,
from
did she
another
just
part of
move
New
there?
York, yeah.
Well, they really integrated themselves into the town right away, didn't they? With
Yeah.
little brother, with all the other kids and all that. Uh, but I don't know. So if I missed that, I missed that. So I apologize. Yeah, it's a good movie. It is a good movie. It's a good movie to watch. It is rewatchable, highly rewatchable. Like I said before, you love the set. You love the wardrobe. You love hair and makeup. I thought it was perfectly styled for the times. It was well acted, like I said, by the adult. So a popcorn and two. The sayings, it is heartfelt. The horse racing is kind of funny because it's almost so obsolete now outside of the Kentucky Derby,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
this is horse racing is almost gone. And that's interesting. I did love the bus relationship between the son and the father, pulling up to the lake or the island, parking the bus and walking around. Like I thought that was kind of cool. There were some cool aspects of this.
Yeah.
Classism obviously plays a major role here, right? You get a lot of classism. He's driven a bus for 20 years and he ain't got no car.
Yeah.
So there's a few things here to play with. Should everyone watch this? Absolutely, and that's why it is a popcorn and two. So let's get into what we were watching. I don't think we have any cross pollination this week.
Mhm.
We've had no, we do. So let's lead
Real.
off with the crash, Jordan. Let's lead off with our cross pollination. So what did you
Yeah.
think of the crash?
Okay, so let me give you the rundown here real quick. Girl
Dwayne
on
Johnson, Sean William Scott, the rundown.
excellent movie. Excellent. One of my another one of my favorites of all time. endlessly rewatchable. Anyways, uh,
Do
so
you take Tyson or do you take Ali? Anyway, go ahead. Talk about the crash.
yeah. High school night or not high school night, high school graduation night.
Mhm.
Girl
Was
they
it
go to a part
graduation?
it was the night they graduated, I believe, yeah. They were going to a graduation party, or they
Oh, I
went
didn't
to
even
one.
catch that.
They went
I
to a
thought it was just a little
graduation party.
party. I didn't catch that
I
as a
mean,
graduation party.
yeah, it was a graduation party for they had just graduated high school, or at least the girl had,
Okay,
but the
because
guy
the
was
boy was
older.
older.
Yeah. Um, and the girl, her boyfriend, and another friend, uh, crash. They get into a car crash. The girl is driving, and the
Yeah.
boyfriend and the friend in the back die. She survives
Mhm.
with a lot of injuries. You know,
Yeah.
she gets convicted of murder, 2 counts of
Yeah.
murder. Not manslaughter, murder.
Yep.
Like they declare that she intentionally did this. Um, and look, I don't think they proved beyond a reasonable doubt that she intended to kill them. I think she is a terrible person.
I
She is
do.
a she's a terrible person. She's a very, very unlikable person.
Yeah, she's the worst. She's the
Yeah,
worst. All the way to the point where she looks at her lawyer who is off camera and says, Was that right? Was that okay?" And it was
yeah,
just like, you're guilty."
yeah. She's very rehearsed, like, in her
Yeah.
interviews at the end and all of that. It's very rehearsed, it's very coached. Um, but I just don't think that they did enough to prove that and there's so many different factors that could have played that they try different reasons, like, "Oh, she was intoxicated." It comes out she wasn't at all, really.
Yeah.
Not at all, but she was weed or whatever in her system, but you can't exactly prove.
No, I think it was like they didn't find anything in her blood or hair samples that
Yeah,
would deem her, uh, unable to operate a car at normal standards.
exactly.
Nothing that would impair her.
Yeah. They go off of her social media posts and, like, things that she did after the fact, like, to be like, "Oh, she's not sympathetic," but at the same like, and I get that, and it all just proves she's a terrible person, but does it prove beyond a reasonable doubt, right, that she
I think
intentionally
what
killed
proves
these
it
2
is that
people?
the brakes were never hitting the car.
Yeah, but
The brakes aren't hit at all. That she's accelerating full speed, hits I think 80 miles per hour into a
yeah,
building. She had to
yeah,
drive across grass to do it.
yeah. I just you can't but I don't know. I get into the whole, like, you can't be on a reasonable doubt prove that she did not just panic or her foot got stuck. Nobody can answer those questions because
No,
she
they did
claims
say
that.
her foot didn't get stuck. That was actually shown. They proved that in the case that it couldn't have been her foot got stuck. They did it with the slipper. Remember the
Yeah,
one slipper that they found in the car?
uh, yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time just with the whole prosecution. I believe she deserves to go to jail for what she did, for sure. Whether it was she was texting or whatever it was.
When have you been texting and accelerated to 80 miles per hour? I know, don't, it's okay. We've all texted and driven. I don't
Yeah,
promote it. I don't think anyone should do it. But when was the last time you were texting and driving and accidentally accelerated to 80 miles per hour? Like, oh, this was exciting. Like, when did that happen?
I've seen people drive like that. I've never like I look, I text and drive sometimes for
But
sure. Like I'm not,
accidentally. They're
but
driving like idiots on purpose. I've lived in California too. All right.
yeah,
Like they're not driving like idiots because they're texting. They're driving like idiots because they're idiots that are texting while they're driving.
yeah,
Okay. This one, you're saying that you're unconvinced because she could have been texting and driving and somehow accelerated to 80 miles per hour, never
yeah,
attempted to jerk the car out of the way, just goes right into it, that distracted.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but still, just intent. Like the intent has to be there.
Zero remorse, fake remorse, if any.
Yeah. But also, like, again, people talk about her state of mind, like she loved life and all of this stuff. Like, is that the way? If you're gonna try to is that the way to do it? Like, she wanted to kill herself too.
You know what's funny is I could tell that a lot of people are not film buffs in this. So when did this happen, Jordan? When did this happen? Last year, right? Something like that? Was it last year?
I don't know.
I think this happened last year, and this is really, and everybody's like, I don't know where she'd get the idea to do something like that. How could so? Hey, what's up, kitty cat? How
20
would anyone how would anyone do this?
2022.
Okay, Jordan, have you ever heard of a movie starring Channing Tatum and Catherine Zeta-Jones called Side Effects that came out in 2013?
No.
Really, you've never heard of this starring
N
Rooney Mara and Jude Law?
no.
Okay, so in this movie, same thing happens. Her husband dies, or her guy dies. I can't remember if it's her husband or not in this movie, because she claims she passed out due to the side effects of a medication, drives her car full speed into the wall in a parking garage. And then it comes out in the film that it was her plan all along, and she actually murdered her boyfriend, and that's what she intended on doing. So you're going to
Mm.
tell me a teenage girl didn't come upon the movie's side effects and yeah, yeah. What does life imitate, Jordan? What does
But
life imitate?
what
Life
you're
imitates art.
how can you prove that? You can't prove it. Like,
I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna reference the movie as the lawyer. And you can't prove that she never saw it either. I'm gonna say,
I mean,
is
yeah,
it
but you don't need
possible?
to in court, you don't need to prove what you didn't do. Ow.
No, you reference it. Children see things. The whole basis of their case was, what was she on all the time? Social media. Where was she
Uh,
trying to be famous? Social media. I hate too that kids, like, she was starting to make it too. That's what I hate. Like, she was starting to make it. That's
yeah,
pathetic. Like, humans, get a real role model. What's wrong with you kids? You want to follow this idiot that just
yeah.
is on there smoking weed all day because her boyfriend makes money doing whatever he was doing,
Exactly. They
by the
don't they
way.
don't go to that, right? They don't
Yeah,
mention
I'm
that at
sitting
all
here
because
like, okay, all right. So what's he into, or what is it? What's the mom into? What's he actually doing? He does this, and he wants to start a fashion line. Those clothes sucked.
yeah, he's
But
selling
sorry,
crypto and
R.I.P. Like rest in peace. But like, stop it. That's not where he was making his money. You're not gonna fool me. All
yeah,
right, I've been around the block a few years. How do they get all these drugs, by the way? Also, all these mushrooms. Like, let's stop it. Just
yeah.
knock your bullshit off, parents. Anyway, she did it. Like, I'm gonna come out point blank and say she absolutely did this. This should have been premeditated murder,
Look,
especially after a few of the phone calls.
I think it's okay, maybe I was getting that wrong. Like, I believe it's possible she did this intentionally. I just don't feel like they proved it enough.
This is also, I heard that cat hit the floor.
Dude,
This
he's
is
fucking terrorizing me. What the
so this is also a case of discipline your children. This is also a case of that because her parents
and your
sucked.
cats.
Yeah, your cats. Her parents were the worst. Her
Worst.
parents,
Yeah,
the worst humans
terrible.
on earth. Her mom actually, in her final statement, made her look even worse. Like,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah,
Like, she's reading the statement. She's like, "So our kids don't matter." Like, did you ever hear that from the courthouse? Like, somebody
yeah,
actually said, "No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant." Like, it was insane. And then the Ouija board. Do you love me? Ooh, yes.
yeah,
Like, your dad is such a cracked out, crazy person.
yeah,
I really wanted to know what they did for a living because apparently this is like an affluent area to live in.
yeah,
I really needed to know what her parents did. Like, I needed to know. It killed every time her father was on screen. I wanted to hit him and say, "You're a terrible father." Like, I'm not promoting
yeah.
violence, but that was crazy. That guy
Enablers, yeah,
sucked.
yeah,
Sucked. He sucked. Her dad sucks. Also, letting your 16-year-old girl drive around with a 20-year-old man all the time,
and
like,
move in, and they
yeah,
just
and
like
move in
yeah,
with him at whatever, 17. Like, you're a terrible parent. Both of you are
yeah,
awful parents.
yeah,
Also, not monitoring what she's doing on social media. Well, we can't monitor them 24/7. As far as I knew, that was their only kid, right? Like, she didn't
mm.
have siblings.
I didn't pick up if she did or not, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
you
so.
can't monitor your kid on social media. Like, I'm sorry, like, some of this stuff, your parents, soft parents create soft times because that kid was a bad kid. She was
Yeah,
not a good kid. She was a bad person, so
yeah,
bad that she was willing to commit murder. And I don't have to say allegedly anymore because guess what she was convicted of? She was convicted of 2 counts of murder. I thought that proving that the car never tried to swerve, anything like that, was fantastic. This also shows some of the deadly sides of social media and what it can do to a young brain, someone that is too young to fully understand the manipulation and the powers that social media actually holds over you.
Yeah.
It was a popcorn and two documentary. I thought it was good. Netflix did a great job with the documentary. I'm not on board with you. I think that they did a great job proving she did it. Like I actually thought she did it from like the beginning, like the first half hour. I was like,
Mm.
oh, she did it. She killed me. Like, wow, she's a bad person. I just watched the rest of it, and every time she was on screen, I was like, ugh, ugh. Like this is
Mhm.
the react. Ugh. That's my reaction every single time, man. What would you give the Crash?
Uh, popcorn and 2, 1,
Pop pop
somewhere in there.
pop one and a half, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, somewhere in there.
What were some flaws you saw with it outside of your meager defense of the defense?
I'm not defending her at all. She's a terrible person, and yeah, she has a lot of responsibility in this and should be in jail. Should be in prison for a
Yeah.
long time, but, um, I mean, it's a documentary, but it was obviously biased,
Mhm.
you know? It
You
was
feel like
tr
it was slanted? I didn't
I
feel
feel like
that,
it
man.
was
See, you and I have 2 different opinions on this
I feel like
because
it was
the
angled in
parents
a
have
way
a
to
lot of it.
yeah, and but that's the thing is they give them rope to hang themselves, and they do. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
because
you
that's
know
just who
who
they
hangs
are.
themselves? The guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. They put a lot of and again, they choose to leave out things about because again, they don't wanna be seen like, "Oh, we're trying to character assassinate the victims," you know? But,
Yeah, the 2
it's
people that
obviously
died after doing nothing wrong.
well, I mean, like, where does he get his money from? That was the thing too. I was more like, "Why?" They're very vague about I don't know. It's just again, it's like, why not go into that?
Sure. Maybe nobody told them.
Yeah. It could have been shorter too. It's
Yeah.
drags a little bit too much on, like, ancillary people giving their and that's the thing too is that everyone in their circle stands by her.
Yeah.
Everybody still like, the guy that she killed's best friend, um, the, her best friend, girls from school, all of the, like,
Yeah.
people stand by her. So it's like
Not the little sister though. Not the,
oh, yeah, yeah,
I think his name was like Dante or Damien, something like that. Not his little
yeah.
sister. His little
Yeah,
sister torched her. His little sister
yeah,
gave a better speech as a child than the mother gave in defense. Like that's what I found fascinating is the little sister's like, that's why she deserves the full maximum penalty. I was like,
yeah,
get it, girl.
yeah.
All right. Well, what was next for you?
Finished watching the Netflix docuseries The Dinosaurs, right? It's kind of like a Planet Earth
Yeah.
CGI recreation of, you
Similar to
know
what Apple did a while
yeah,
back.
starts 300 something million years ago and talks about the evolution of the planet and the dinosaurs and, just kinda goes in the, Triassic, Jurassic, or blah, 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 eras, you know?
Yeah.
Gets all the way up to the meteor that kills them all, you know, what would you call that? Something winter, like a not a nuclear winter, but just like a meteor impact winter
That
induced. I
it
don't know.
shifted the climate on Earth
Yeah, yeah,
because the
exactly.
dust rose and blocked out the sun, creating a ice age.
Yeah. It's narrated by Morgan Freeman, and, he's fantastic. He's
Mhm.
being the most Morgan Freeman he can be, right?
Yeah.
Um, the landscapes and the elements are amazing. Like, the
Mhm.
way that they show the meteor, impacting and the way that they show, like, these mass flooding moments and these, volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, like, all that is amazing, like, in itself, like, without the dinosaurs, like, that stuff is
Mhm.
really, really cool. The dinosaurs themselves, the CGI isn't great at moments, you know? Um, it's very science fiction-y, obviously, because it gets, like how much do we actually can we actually know? Like, I don't wanna sound like
No, it's
Like,
true
dude,
because the
man,
dinosaurs, it's not like they had a language that we can study and
exactly.
learn. They weren't writing anything down. We're just learning from whatever we can date, right? Whatever fossil we
Right.
can date.
So they add a lot of narrative to kind of just build like this is how these two dinosaurs interacted with each other. This is what a fight between them would look like, you know? Which is just like we don't actually know any of this.
You're like, look, I've seen Land Before Time. I know what it looks like when a long neck fights a Tyrannosaurus. All right, I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so some of that you're kind of just like, okay, I guess so. Um but the funny part of this also follows a formula, right? Every episode, there's this formula. It's like, all right, it's building up. We got this new era of dinosaurs that's dominating the earth. Nothing can stand in their way. And then
Nothing.
the earth effing crushes them. Like, and then they all just get annihilated by some major catastrophic event. It's like
Yeah.
every episode, you're just like, oh, here comes the earth. Earth is going to fucking smash them.
Disease.
Yeah. Poof, they're all dead. Every episode, it's great. It's like, so I mean, this was really interesting. My daughter loved just like it's I hate like I don't like to let my daughter just watch TV. She's only 6 months old.
Yeah.
Um, but like she would get locked in on this and would just like sit and watch it for a little while. And so I was
Mhm.
like, hey, this is helpful. She seemed to like it, so I liked it.
I can grade
Uh
some papers right now.
yeah, the dinosaurs, I give a popcorn and 2.
Popcorn and 2 for the dinosaurs. Well, I watch Netflix's #1 movie in Germany right now, Ladies First, starring Rosamund Pike and Sacha Baron Cohen. Now, oh God, are they honing it in here? Yes, is the answer. I don't know who wrote this. I didn't look it up. It wasn't worth me looking up. But I think AI played a heavy role in writing this film. Now it's short, it's sweet, that's something likable, but it is a mixture of so many different tropes and so many different films, like from What Women Want to any rom-com you've ever seen, and I don't think they do a good enough job about parodying it. But essentially, what we're looking at here is if roles were reversed as far as your gender was concerned. They're reversing gender roles. One of the funnier themes throughout this, though, is it that time of the week? Is it that time of the week? Whenever the women will ask the men this, must be that time of the week. And then finally they explain the joke and it's like men have to masturbate at least once a week. And if they don't, they're just unbearable. They just can't. So that there was a few funny themes that weave throughout it, but overall it was like, okay. Like when there's a sex scene in the movie and after gender roles are reversed and she goes, I'm on top. And he goes, no, I'm on top. And she goes, what, you mean you're not just gonna lay there and take it like the rest of them? And I'm just like, okay. Like there's a lot of objectifying, and if the shoe was on the other foot that goes on, like the women that are oppressed could be janitors. They should be the CEO, or they should be the ones running the company, or the chair of the board. Right, a lot of that is going on, and I don't disagree with any of it. But at the end of the movie, you find out this was a big, huge ad for Guinness. Well, throughout the movie, it's just an ad for Guinness beer throughout the whole movie because Guinness wants to create a beer or a marketing campaign that sells to ladies, which might be the most sexist thing at all. Like, why can't women just drink Guinness? But why do they need a special ad campaign to drink Guinness? I guess no one thought through that in the idea lab, right? At the table reads. But I guess when they're paying for the movie, you do what they want.
Yeah.
Uh, with this, we don't get enough Sacha Baron Cohen, except for you get a lot of Sacha Baron Cohen because he gets to come
Mm,
out in some assless chaps in a cowboy suit.
of
They're
course.
they're yeah, he looked good. I was like, okay, I don't know if those are spray painted on or airbrushed on, but you got some abs, brother. You look good. What am I gonna say? They do the whole makeover. So they kind of make fun of how women, like if the roles were reversed, you know how women have to wear push-up bras and make themselves more appealing because the whole point of this is only women that look a certain way get ahead in a man's world, right? So they
Yeah.
have to do things with the nuts. and the nuts and the carrot to be social media friendly for this clip. Anyway, he has to, hey, would you like lifters or something to that effect? Like, do you want lifters? He's like, no, I want lifters. He's like, we could put a little filler in it for you. No, I don't want filler. And there were funny moments, but it was nothing that was like, it wasn't a funny movie. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
get your
Yeah.
moments. You could tell though they stole from so many different movies and they don't do enough to differentiate their content. The gender reversal is only funny so far. Like the Freaky Friday effect is only funny so far without like really like having a story behind it. And it's Ghost of Christmas Past. You got to do something right. You have to learn your lesson so you can go back in time. Oh wait, I wasn't ready to learn back. I got used to this. A little movie called The Family Man, starring Nicolas Cage, does something similar to that, right?
Mm.
Where he doesn't want to learn his lesson. He wants to stay here. Now he loves it. They hit the sexism really hard. There is a very, very, very funny rendition of Pony by Genuine by Sacha Baron Cohen on the piano. That's probably the loudest I laughed at the movie is when he's singing Pony by Genuine, playing the piano. That would be a hell of a thing.
Close. Yeah.
But overall, this is a popcorn movie. I mean, like we got two great actors in Sacha Baron Cohen and Rosamund Pike, and we don't just like I don't feel like we got enough of them to really experience the chemistry that they could have, you know, and that bothered me.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that it?
That's it.
Oh, sorry.
Popcorn.
Then yeah, popcorn. I watched The Road to El Dorado, an old, possibly potential classic killer.
Classic killer.
Um, actually I've never seen this movie. I had never seen it, so I thought, why
Really?
not? We were on the heels of a really good classic animated film. What was it? Something you picked, I
The
think?
Emperor's New Groove. Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove.
Cusco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and ever since I watched that, I was like, yeah, there is that whole vein, like we are talking about in our review, that there's these vein of, like, movies that were made that's, like, weren't huge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was kind of one of those, and I'd never seen it. I think I'd seen bits and pieces of it, but I'd never seen this whole movie. It's really cool animation, just like The Emperor's New Groove.
Hmm.
The sets and the setting and the world, and all that is like really, really amazing. Um, they're really stupid songs throughout the whole movie. I was like, "God, these songs suck, they're terrible." And then at the end of the movie, it says, "Songs written and produced by Elton John." And I'm like, "Oh, wait,
Yeah.
that has been Elton John the whole time." They still
Yeah.
suck, though. They're still
You didn't
terrible
like them,
songs,
huh?
though. No. No, I thought they were
They went
awful.
back to the well after Lion King, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no Phil Collins in Tarzan, right? Which, like, could be a drug classic just based on the soundtrack of that movie.
Yeah, the soundtrack's one of the best ever.
Yeah. There's intense themes in this,
Mhm.
colonization, slavery, plantations, God, religion, um,
Genocide.
genocide, all of that. Like, it is very, very heavy. Like, I was like, God, this is
Yeah.
kind of not really a kid's movie. There's nudity in this. There's just like two naked guy butts. Actually, there's like more than that. There's quite a bit of nudity in this movie.
Do
The
you still consider
overly
butts nudity? Are butts still considered nudity?
In an animated film, like a children's film, yeah, I don't know. It's the way too, like, it's not just like, if it's a joke, if it's the butt of a joke, right?
Yeah.
Pun
Yeah.
intended, then, like, for a kids thing, like, that's funny because kids think butts are funny and farts and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
it's, like, literally, it's just, like, 2 dudes, like, they're bathing, and it just,
Yeah.
like, shows their butts, and it's like, that it was unnecessary. It's just like, um you get the overly curvy cartoon girl with a
Rosie
heavy
Perez.
yeah, with a heavy seduction theme, you know what I mean? Like, she uses and, like, shows her sensuality to, like, for the purpose of, like, trying to seduce him, to get him to
Yeah.
do stuff, like, it's like yeah, it was a lot, but this is a really fun movie, it's a little long for an animated film, again, I feel like it drags, could've been a little shorter, but It was cool. I liked it. I don't know
What'd
if
you
it's
think
something that
of both villains? Which villain was your favorite? Was it the Cortez character or the High Priest character?
I feel like you don't get enough of the Cortez character, and I believe that's on purpose though, because they just maybe they wanted to give you enough of historical kind of fiction and not really go into that, like what was gonna
Mhm.
happen if he did get there.
Yeah,
But you do get a sense of like his brutality and all that, you know.
yeah.
But the animated guy was cool with like his big demon statue thing that he sits on him. Like that was good. I liked that a lot.
Mhm,
And I liked the characters, the relationship between the 2 main guys, was really
mhm.
good. The chemistry, animated voice acting chemistry between them. It was cool. I liked it a lot. So, The Road to El
Well, good.
Dorado, um, I give a popcorn and 2. Although I don't think it's like a kids movie. Like, as a kids movie, I'd probably rate it lower just based on that, but, like, as an adult, I thought it was a good movie.
I'm not a parent yet, so I don't
Yeah.
have those feelings yet. I think you get different feelings as that. But we gotta talk about some characters that are beloved from The Boys. We had The Boys season finale for season 5, series finale. And does Homelander get his comeuppance? Well, I mean, like, if you've been watching the show for 5 seasons, you got a pretty
Don't
good idea.
spoil it.
But but what's funny, what I've been reading about this is there's a lot of what's up, kitty cat? There is a lot of MAGA people. I'm just gonna call them what they are. MAGA people that believes that this show is taking shots at them. And what's
Yes.
funny about this is if you've been reading the interviews, like if you've been reading the interviews, many or watching, reading any of that, many of these episodes were shot like 2 years ago. And they're like, how could we have predicted this was going to happen? Like the gold statue thing. I don't,
Yeah.
you haven't gotten to that episode yet. But there's also a thing where the guy does a Jesus thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Homelander does a Jesus thing, and they're like, "How could we have predicted this? We thought
It's
this was so outlandish. This could never happen."
exactly, that's the thing though, it's like you just come up with the stupidest thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's going to happen.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so they even do, like, some stuff that would be considered an ice parody. Are you just gonna let them take away your friends and neighbors, knowing that
yeah.
they've never actually done anything wrong? They're simply against what someone else is for. Is that worthy of an arrest, you know? You do get your same shock and awe, but not in as heavy doses as you got from the first 4 seasons. This one has one direction, and that direction is the finale. We are aiming, we are running, we are sprinting towards the finale, and that's where we are going to get. We are also going to get the most brutal Homelander we possibly can outside of him in season 1, crashing an airplane filled with civilians and children into the ocean. Okay. So one thing I will tell everybody here, so as not to spoil it for those of you that are still watching, every single character that you want to get comeuppance gets their comeuppance in one way or another. All right. Even the deep gets a little some. And that is very good. And if you've seen social media at all, you know Samuel L. Jackson plays a shark in The Boys season 5.
No,
So so you get a little bit of that action. However, was it did it scratch that itch, aforementioned itch from earlier in the show? Let's go ahead and say, no, it was a little underwhelming, I would say. Once you see exactly where they're going, you're kind of like, I wish that was a little bit better. I wish there was a little bit more meat that they could have picked off that bone. And they just it was abrupt. It felt abrupt. It felt like this is one of those finales that could have been an hour and 30 minutes and it was only an hour. Like you could have given us a little bit more here. I
yeah.
was willing to give you more time after 5 seasons to really lock in. And I don't know if they really locked in on what we wanted to see. They gave it to us too quick. All right? They prematurely evacuated. Uh Let's go ahead and give the final season of The Boys a popcorn and one. The series, for what it was and what it stood for, I think is a popcorn and 3 series still. I think it is a great series and it will be remembered as one of the best we've had. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't wait to finish it. I watched An old movie from the early 2000s, Flight Plan, starring Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster over enunciating, "Where is my daughter? On this plane. She's on this plane." A lot. You get a really weird, lifeless girl.
Yeah.
She's odd, but it later makes sense why she's so odd, I guess. It kind of worked. Like, you think it's just, like, early 2000s bad child acting, but actually,
Yeah.
like, it kinda serves the plot. Peter Sarsgaard is in this, and he's plays a
Skarsgård.
convincing. Is it Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, yeah. Um, plays a convincing, kind of double crosser, hidden intentions, don't really know what's going on with him kinda guy. Everyone pauses between every response of dialogue. And they do that. It's so, like, it's lazy. It's a lazy way to build tension and, like, mystery. Like, they literally make every single person have this dramatic pause before they, like, as if they're thinking about their answer to every
Mhm.
question to make everybody seem like a suspect, you know?
Gotcha.
And it's just it's annoying. It gets annoying because it's just like, "Can we just, like, move this along?" I know you have to do your stupid pause thing before everything and kinda look side to side all shifty, you know?
Everyone's suspicious.
Everyone. Um, it's this movie came out on the heels of 9/11,
Mhm.
because they reference it, and they do this thing where they make it where she's very suspicious of these 2 guys on the plane because they're Arab,
Oh,
and yeah, yeah, they, like, do and the guy says it in the movie, he's like, "What? You think we're
racial
all"
profiling.
Yeah, he's like, "You think we're all terrorists or something?" You know, and they bring that whole element into it, and it's it's interesting. I just feel like it was way too soon to 9/11. When does this movie come out? Flight Plan 2005. I don't know, is that
4
too
years
soon?
later.
Yeah, I don't know, it's touchy. So,
Same year, I think Red Eye came out with Cillian Murphy.
yeah, but,
Rachel
you know.
McAdams and Cillian Murphy, right?
Yeah, yeah, where he's a killer trying to get her.
Yeah.
But, I didn't give you kinda like the basic rundown of the plot of this movie real quick. She gets on a plane, her husband has this, death that you're not sure if it was accidental, if he killed himself or if he was killed. You can tell there's
Mhm.
something kind of going on, she's being followed or something.
Yeah.
So, they get on a plane, they're flying from Russia or somewhere, and they're taking his body back home to America, and her daughter disappears on the plane, and everybody is convinced that her daughter never made it on the plane.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
Like,
never
she got
they're like
left at the airport?
or that she just didn't exist, that she's crazy, she's having a mental breakdown. Everybody just gaslights her the whole movie to think that she's
Huh.
crazy. But even, like, passengers on the plane are like, "Yeah, we never saw your daughter." Like, there's just all this weird stuff going on, so you're kinda just, like, questioning what's actually happening, if she's crazy, if, if there's a plot or something.
Is she hallucinating?
Right, yeah. Uh, all the characters are, like, really terrible people, though, like,
Yeah.
the way that nobody is sympathetic towards her at all, they're just all just like, "Oh my god, I get this crazy so she's inconveniencing me so bad, I have to pee, I didn't get fed enough," or, "I didn't get my
Yeah.
in-flight meal," and this lady's, like, freaking out about her child, it's like, "Shut up." At one point, the air marshal tells her, like, "I can see why your husband killed himself, I've only known you for, like, 30 minutes, and I can't stand you."
And then she looked at him and said, "What is this, the roast of Kevin Hart?"
Yeah. Yeah. You get the weirdest round of applause. So this lady's running up and down this plane, causing all this commotion, and finally they
Yeah.
like arrest her. They're like, "That's it, we've had enough of you," and the whole cabin of passengers is just like applauding, but it's the weirdest, like forced, rehearsed, slow clap kind of applause for this moment.
Yeah.
It's just so odd. Um, you do get, like, a good ending. It was decent. They landed the plane, so to say. But still, this was just, like, kind of meandering and a bit lazy, and I just didn't care for it. So, I give it a popcorn between a popcorn and 1. Yeah, probably a popcorn. I'll leave it there.
Popcorn, alright, well, I watched The Burrows, new Netflix show starring a ton of people, right? Gina Davis, Alfred Molina, Bill Pullman, Alfre Woodard, who plays the most annoying character, Judy, ever, like ever. Always like she is the old lady involved in all kinds of stuff, and it is just irritating. Jenna Malone makes an appearance. You know who Jenna Malone is? Sucker Punch. She is
Okay.
the hot girl from Hunger Games,
Yes.
like Donnie Darko. Like she's been around for a long time. Like she's been around, like she's been acting my entire life. As far as I'm concerned, she's only 41, but she's has that face where she's still able to play like young 30s,
Mhm.
so she pulls that off. This show is based on a senior living community where weird things are afoot, and they could have called this "Old People Can Still Do Shit." That's the whole thing behind this. And it's also like, who's gonna check up on an old folks home for shenanigans? Like, because old people that end up in old folks homes eventually die. So I mean, that's pretty explainable, and that's how they utilize this show. But there are things, there are creatures, we don't really know where these creatures come from, though. The only explanation is sometime in the 1800s they found an egg. That egg hatched, and the people found that if they drink this blood, magic happens, the blood from the thing that hatched out of the egg. But
Mm.
if they want to live forever, guess what? They have to keep this thing alive forever, and that's where the shenanigans come in. Overall,
Man.
it has a lot of really good actors and not a ton of great direction, not a ton of great dialogue. A storyline that could have been good, but they just don't do enough to make the storyline good. Like they don't do enough with it. It's poorly written. Like the dialogue, like there were some laughable moments within this, but overall, it's just like, again, like Netflix, is AI writing a ton of your scripts? Because like people don't really communicate with one another like that. We don't flirt like that. We don't hang out like that. So when I'm watching this, I'm kind of, again, underwhelmed. Like I love Alfred Molina. Alfred Molina is great. Doc Ock, baby. But I don't know, it just never takes off, and it leaves so much to be desired. There are so many plot holes, like so many. It's like, well, what about that? What about this? That wouldn't happen. You're sitting there like, okay, all right, I see what we're in for. Old people can still do shit. Look at them
Yeah.
getting into it. Judy, that character is so irritating. Like so many bad things happen simply because of Judy. So many, no bad things had to happen, and then Judy got involved, and you're like, here we are. This is terrible.
Beauty.
Yeah. Damn it, Judy. Every single time it's always Judy's fault. We're gonna give this show a popcorn, but it looks like somehow, even though we've eradicated the source of youth, the fountain of youth, there's going to be a season 2. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but they do a little flash at the end of episode 8, which is the season finale. And I'm just like, are you guys going to really try to figure out how to do a season 2 of this? We'll see. It shouldn't have one, but the Burrows, if you just want something light, palatable, not so bad. If you're looking for something that is a tour de force with great actors, not this. The CGI is good, though. CGI is good. So popcorn.
Cool. Last thing I watched was Studio 666 with, it's the Foo Fighters horror comedy movie. Went and saw the Foo Fighters this weekend at Bottle Rock. Go
Nice.
every
How was
year.
Grohl? Was he great?
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
There goes
It was
your
my first
hero.
time seeing them, so they were great. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins, their drummer. He is in
Yeah.
this. This came out kind of shortly before his passing,
Mhm.
and you can tell he's on substances. Just you
Mhm.
can. Um, it's got a bunch of like it's the guys from the Foo Fighters, Pat Smear, all of those guys, and they're great. They have good personalities. They seem like fun guys. They seem like a good hang. All of these
Yeah.
guys,
Good
like
chemistry
together.
between them. Dudes you'd
Yeah,
wanna have a beer with.
yeah, yeah. And then you get all these like cameos of other people. Jen Ortega's in it.
Hmm.
Whitney Cummings. Ugh. John
Why
Carpenter
do you
is
not
in
like
this
Whitney Cummings? What's wrong with Whitney Cummings?
because she's like a MAGA Barbie now.
Is she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. She was, like, anti that, I thought. Is she? Wow,
No,
okay.
She's like a MAGA Barbie now. John
Yeah, she had to
Carpenter,
go find an audience somewhere. But
Will
he
Forte.
did hire Chris D'Elia for her, TV show that was very short-lived.
Yeah.
Take that
Yeah,
for what
she's
you
been
will.
doing saying some problematic stuff lately, you know? It's got some funny lines. It's got some cool, creepy shit, you know, in it, like really, really gory, cool deaths. It really plays
Okay.
up on the fact that, you know, like this Dave Grohl being this like stuck up, I'm a rock star, I can do whatever I want. Like the other guys kind of poking fun. Like it's self-aware. They're like make fun of themselves quite a bit, especially Dave Grohl, you know.
Okay.
You get a really dope guitar solo from Dave Grohl. You get really dope like music moments in general from like the
Mhm.
band. Uh One of the best death scenes ever. Two characters, Whitney Cummings and one of the like the keyboard player from the Foo Fighters are having sex, and Dave Grohl possessed version is hiding under the bed with a chainsaw, and he's like on top of her and he's like looking at her face and they're doing it, and then a chainsaw blade goes through her face and then into that guy's face and then kind of chops them down the middle, and it's insane. It is Terrifier level, like insane. It was because it's very visceral. Like you see the chainsaw just kind of like meow through her. And it's a lot. But this was a fun movie. I would never watch it again. I don't think I'd recommend it to anybody, but it was like it was just perfect timing, perfect setting, like getting ready to go watch them perform.
Yeah.
It really like made the experience better. Like I really liked it. But I mean I'm still gonna give it like a popcorn rating.
Okay, popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we get something better for our butter on top this week. What do we got going on for our butter on top this week?
Butter on top. We are watching the World War II science drama.
Okay.
What is it? It's called Pressure, right? Pressure,
Pressure.
starring Brendan Fraser, right? And I believe it has
Nice.
to do with
Okay.
the weather guys that predicted if whether D-Day we are gonna be able to pull it off or something, you know, something like that.
Huh. I just watched
Yeah,
some documentary on how the Irish weather folks assisted in D-Day, like in the
yeah,
execution of D-Day. So that's interesting.
yeah. It probably is something in that vein, you know. So
Okay, all right. So that's what we're watching at the movies. It's my drunk classic, and we already did our modern classic, and this is the end. We've got to take it all the way back now to the 70s, and we are going to watch
Ooh.
Richard Pryor and George Carlin in Car Wash or The Car Wash.
Nice. Never seen
Okay.
it, never seen it, but I love Richard Pryor and I love George Carlin, so
So
amazing.
hopefully this is a hit. All right. And hopefully the audience joins us. I don't know if I'm going to get as many likes as you did, Mr. Braggadocious over here with the on the socials. Everybody loved my pick. But if you would like to join us, remember, you get the popcorn and we got the beer. We'll see you next time.